In this video, I'll demonstrate how to clone existing repositories. In version control systems, you need to obtain a copy of the latest version to get started with the Git project. When you start with a Git project, you get a copy of all the versions right from when the project started. This process is called cloning, and thanks to some smart design and compression, it's not as expensive or time-consuming as it sounds. Let's take a look at how to get a copy of something small like Hubot. Now, here's Hubot's home on GitHub. It's an interesting project and you should check it out on your own. Right now I'm just interested in cloning it, and there's a green button at the top right of the project that says clone or download. Now, clicking the button, you can see there's a URL right here that we can copy to the clipboard, and I'll click that button and it's copied. And that's important to note. If you want to clone a repository, you have to know its URL. Sometimes, even if you do, there might be access controls associated with it, but this one is open source and we can access it without doing anything special. So I've copied the URL. Let's go back to PowerShell. Now, we can clone this project by typing git clone, and then I'll paste the URL. The thing I like about PowerShell is that you can do a Control-V or Control-C to copy and paste in PowerShell, and that's why I like using it with GitHub, especially for cloning something. We don't have to type that out. We just Control-V and it pastes it in. Now, Git will connect to the server and request the data for this project. It might take a few minutes, but this project is pretty small, so there you go. It was done pretty quickly. And Git tells us information about the transfer. The main thing is that it worked. Now, if we go into that directory and take a look around, I'll list that. You can probably see that even if you're not familiar with the project, you see exactly what you expected to see. It's the latest version, and the source code is ready for you to start working on it. There's a .git folder, and that's what we'd expect to see since this is a Git repository. And what else did we get? Well, it took a bit long just to get the latest version, so let's see why. Here's a magic command that you can use: git log -- one line -- graph, and enter. Now, I love this. It generates a list or a graph of the entire project's history, and as I space through, we can see that there's a lot of it, and it may look a bit complicated, but this is what we get when we cloned the repository. There are versions. Every asterisk, every yellow line of text is a version of this software. And because we cloned it, these are stored locally on our hard drive and available whenever we want it. So that's how to get started with a project that already exists. If you know its URL, you can clone it, and then you're ready to go to work.